Hi, I'm Stephen Downes, and this is another episode of Stephen Follows Instructions. And let me just try to pad my microphone a bit. I'm going to start off by launching an instance first, and then we'll get into the details of what I'm up to, and maybe even streaming this live to Twitter. No, I didn't say that. Announce on Twitter that I'm streaming this live. Right, so let me just quickly go then to reclaim.cloud. It's been a while since I've done one of these. So, a month, 2 months, more. So, is it going to remember? No, it's not. Oh, maybe it will. Manage logins. Nope. Oh yeah, I can do that. Alright. And log in. Nope. That should work. Alright. So I've logged into Reclaim Cloud, and I'm just going to set up quickly a node.js instance, because what I know from pre-reading, and I didn't do much pre-reading as usual, but I do know that I'm going to be using a node instance. So let's see now. Shiny server. No, there should be something here. Favorites. Maybe it's under favorite. Oh, it's my favorites. Okay. Maybe I don't want to use them. Yeah, I do. Applications. All. Is there a way to search for node here? You know, I just want something basic. I don't know where to find something quickly for node on Reclaim. And there should. Oh, there's an X up there. Okay, good. All right. New environment. Node.js, good. That's all I want is Node.js. So, and I'll just go with the defaults. Create. All right, so it's creating. We'll just remember it's environment 737. Okay, so we'll let that do that, and that way we don't have to wait for it while I'm doing the startup for this video. So I am recording live already, but as usual, I never know where it is on YouTube. So I have to go to my YouTube channel and search for it. Here we go, near live. We'll just remember it's environment 737. All right, and we'll close that off. And we'll just do the quick announcement on Twitter. Oh, that's interesting. I'll have to come back to that. I want to write an article this afternoon, but I wanted to do this first. So, okay. None of which is stuff I should be doing, but we'll leave that aside. Okay, so let's live stream now on YouTube. There's the URL. Alright, so we'll send that out. Maybe people will watch, maybe they won't. As usual, it just doesn't matter, right? So, okay. But let's check, because I'm curious. And yes, we have a viewer, although that viewer might be me. Right, so make sure the sound is off here so I don't get horrible echoes. Okay, good. So I'll close off the Twitter thing. All right, now I can tell you what I'm up to. So, in Mastodon, I'm not sure if I have it up here anywhere. In Mastodon, it was on the other computer, I ran across a discussion talking about this article, Community Building at Near. Now this is the Pocket version of it. I saved the article to Pocket as I frequently do. And of course it's easier to read here on Pocket, so that's where I'll read it. But if you want to see the article itself, where is the article? Here it is. You see why I wanted to read it on Pocket. Can I paste that into the live stream? Yeah, I can. So let me just paste that. Okay, so I've pasted that into the chat in the live stream. But yeah, let's read the Pocket version because this is kind of hard to read. So, all right. So here we are. So basically, NEAR is something about making communities. Okay. So, reading along here, and yeah, it looks kind of interesting. So this is what kind of caught my idea. The idea of not trying to shove a product technology down people's throats, but seeing how we can partner with them in a meaningful way. I like that. And then we saw this, and this is a pretty interesting, pretty interesting image. So I'll make it a bit bigger. NEAR is an ecosystem of communities. So of course, we have the Google model, right, where it's Google all the way down until you get to turtles. Or you can have this house of brands, right, where it's Procter and Gamble and then different brands. NEAR is kind of like that. It's a bit of a hybrid where you can have a NEAR community, but you can have other brand communities as well. Okay, kind of like that. So it's sort of like a federation of communities, maybe, something like that. I don't know. So let's make this smaller again. I wish it would, when I make it smaller, I wish it would stay where I am so I don't have to bounce around. So, now they've deployed over 1.6 million US dollars across. First question I have is, where are they getting the money from? But we'll leave that aside. So, some of the stuff that they're working on, okay. So, blah, 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 blah. So, okay. Very interesting. But what is NEAR? So, there is a link to it right at the top. Here it is. So, here I found the NEAR homepage. So, this is the only instruction I have so far. This is how I knew that I'd be building it on Node. See, that's the way it's supposed to work. I enlarge and it stays. So you see, make sure you have node.js installed. Run this in your command line interface. Okay. But I scrolled down a bit because I was still curious. And this is an interesting image to me. Because these are things that are being built on NEAR. And so we have digital wallets, DAOs, which are distributed Ethereum-based organizations, DeFi, which I don't even know what that is, gaming, I don't even know what that is, NFTs, which might be non-fungible tokens. Yeah, NFTs, non-fungible tokens, oracles, so that's interesting, validators, Rails, which is the Ruby thing, indexers, dev platforms, education. So we've got 4 things up here: Figment Learn, Learn NEAR, NEAR CDP, and then NEAR.dev. So not a lot. So what do they call that? This is a blue ocean for education. Boy, I look really wide. Ecosystem, etc. So, okay, now I'm interested. So, why don't I try to follow their one instruction? And here it is. and we'll see if we can't build near for something. I don't know. There's only one instruction. All right. So, if you're watching the live stream before I announced it up on Twitter, although it still is in the recording, so you'd be able to go back and see it. I started up an instance on reclaim.cloud. I started up a node instance, node.js. So here it is. Let's just scroll that down a bit. So here it is, environment 737, There's the application server. So if I just open it in the browser, let's see what happens if I just open it in the browser. Draw anywhere. Oh, well, that's pretty cool. Didn't mean to do that, but wow. Okay, so I guess it installed an application for me. All right. But I want to go into the command line, so I'm going to go into the application servers itself, the web SSH. And did I remember from before how to make this bigger? I can't just plus it, can I? Oh, I can. Okay, that's good. All right, so let's divide that again. So here we are. So you see this again, this horrible interface. You have to hover over the thing in order to see the buttons. So here's my application server. Here's the SSH to get into the server on the command line. So I'll just click that and it opens up my SSH down here below. So I'll just scroll that up a bit now so that we have a better view of it. Okay, so I'm in my node environment. What directory am I in? I'm in the home Gelastic directory. What's in this directory? Just some stuff. Not much. Okay, we'll just stay here. There's no need to move, probably. So let's go over to, let's test first to see that node and npm are here. So node, nope, bad option, node. It's a little different for everything, right? So we got version 16 of node, and we have version 7.15 of npm. I think those are fine. I'd have to look up to see if they're not. So, all right, let's go back now to my one instruction. Here's my one instruction, npx, which is like npm, create near app, your awesome project. Well, we'll give ours a better name than, oh, can I not copy this? Oh, come on, guys. Why would you do that? If you're going to give me one instruction, at least let me copy it. All right, npx create near app and then project name. Well, I guess my create near app. npx create near app and then my project name, so we'll call it Downs Near. All right, now I'm going to hit enter. Let's see what happens. Need to install the following packages. Create near app. Okay to proceed? Yes. All right, so now it's busily getting that. Let's make this a bit bigger so we can see everything. All right, tons of warnings. That's okay. Request promise native has been depreciated, so there's some depreciations here. Never a good sign, but okay. Building. A lot of this stuff just happens on its own, and you sort of sit here and you hope it works. I'm kind of trying to keep an eye on things. There's a build error in there, but I don't know what that was. All right, Success, created downs near. So we have no more instructions than what we have here on the screen. So what do we have here on the screen? Inside that directory, so we would have to go to that directory. You can run several commands. Yarn dev starts a development server. Okay. Yarn test starts the test runner. Yarn deploy deploys contract in permanent location that is configured in source/config.js. So, okay. Also deploys web front end using GitHub pages. Consult with README for details. Okay, so there's going to be a README. Awesome. So let's cd downs -near. And let's see what's in here. Alright, so we've got node modules. There's the source that they referred to. There's README that they referred to. Package JSON or JSON. See, I always pronounced it Jason, but then, you know, over time, you could just hear people in the community pronouncing it JSON. Why would they pronounce it JSON? I don't know. Anyhow, near dev, don't know what that is. Contract, that'll have something to do with Ethereum or whatever. All right, so let's just, they've told me we suggest that you begin, so let's follow the suggestion. We'll come back to the README later if we need to. I'm sure we will. Yarn dev. Yarn dev. All right, so this is our second instruction that we're following. All right, so okay. All right, well, it went by a bit quick here, so let's see what happened. Watch contract, npm run start, to restart at any time, enter rs, starting npm run start. Okay, so just started it up. Then what? Pre-start, run build contract debug. Okay, so just some initialization routines. Debug that. There's nothing in it to debug. And then near, so that's the name of our application, near dev deploy. So in the configuration file somewhere, it found a series of instructions titled dev deploy, and it's executing those instructions. Okay. Please help us collect data on near CLI usage to improve developer experience. We will never send private information, etc. Note that your account ID and all associated on-chain transactions are already being recorded on public blockchain. So let's opt in. This is totally test. So in the spirit of test, let's allow them to view the test. And it's kind of not nice to say no, given that I'm broadcasting this on YouTube. All right, so we're opting in. And now what? Starting deployment. Okay, it's given me an account ID and some stuff, which has scrolled off the screen. All right. The app is starting. You automatically open in your browser, etc. And it's saying that, but then error, new error, could not locate the bindings file. Tried a bunch of stuff. Okay, and app crashed, waiting for file changes before starting. Well, that's not good. This is why I do this series, right? There were exactly 2 instructions. I followed them to the letter. and the app crashes. On, a completely clean Node.js server, completely clean. All right. Could not locate bindings file. So, what is the bindings file? I don't know. I mean, I sort of guess, but, to see the transaction in the Transaction Explorer. All right, let's just see if I can see that. Probably can't, but okay. Control C to copy it. I tried right click and nothing happened, so I'm. Oh. Yeah. Let's open up a new window here. Control V to paste. There's the transaction. It used 1 gas. I already owe money. Gas burned, token burned. Alright. So this transaction succeeded, but that's all I've done. I've burned some of Near's money, is what I've done. It's not my money. I haven't paid a dime for this. So I assume Near thinks they're going to get it back at some point, but not yet. Not when it crashes like that. Alright. Let's try the README file. Okay. Make sure you've installed Node.js. I've done that. Run the local development server, yarn dev. Okay. Did I run yarn dev or did I run something different? I think I ran yarn dev, did I not? Oh, it doesn't say here. Let's try scrolling back up and seeing what I actually did. Oh, like Control C. Okay. What did I run? I ran yarn dev. I'm just using the up arrow to scroll back through the commands that I ran. So, okay. So I did run yarn dev. And now you'll have a local development environment backed by the Near testnet. Oh, okay, so it only ran fake ethers with fake gas, so it didn't actually cost them that. Alright, go ahead and play with the app and the code. As you make code changes, the app will automatically reload. Well, maybe. Okay. So, exploring the code. The backend code lives in the contract folder. The backend is the server side, right? The front end code lives in the source folder. Source index.html is a great place to start exploring. Note that it loads in source index.js, where you can learn how the front end connects to the Near blockchain. Okay, there are different kinds of tests. Yeah, well, we already ran one. Okay. Install Near CLI for interacting with the blockchain. Create an account for the contract. Deploy. Okay. All right, let's go back to step 1. All the way back to step 1. Create an account for the contract. Oh, let's go back before create one. Okay. If you'd rather use the locally installed version, you can prefix all Near commands with npx. Okay. I would rather use the yarn dev. PX, we created the app, ran yarn dev, that's what crashed. I wonder if we do have anything running in index.html. Let's find out. So here's our application server. Now when I tried this before, I got that cool drawing board. Let's see what I get now. Draw anywhere, still get the same thing. Okay. I don't know why I get that. Why would I get that? I didn't ask for that or didn't install it. I just get it. So, and index.html, right? I get nothing now when I do that. Let's try index.html. No, that's still the draw anywhere thing. That's really weird. Really weird. Yeah, I'm puzzled. Puzzled. Is it something to do with the environment and the reclaim? Nah. Source index open. I'm still puzzled. I wonder if anyone had any advice on the live stream. Nope, nothing. Okay. There are people watching me try to figure this out. It's hard, right? Because I have no idea what I'm trying to figure out, right? I ran an instruction and it crashed immediately. Didn't do a thing. Well, it did. It made a fake contract. And then it crashed. So we're at the readme. Ran yarn dev. That's what crashed. Oh, let's look at package.json. Maybe there's another script I can run. Okay. We'll see. We'll just close that out. So let's more package.json. So here are the scripts I can run. Dev. Right, and so it's just going to run this script here, right? Exec npm run start. So, and their all start does is give us this message. And the other thing, that's it. That's all it does. That's kind of weird. Let's try build. Build seems good. npm run build, or yeah, and yeah, let's try that. npm run build. Yes, I know I'm using npm and not yarn. Would yarn work? Maybe. I don't know enough about it. All right. Okay. Now, it hasn't finished. Oh, still doing things. And, no, it failed again. Could not locate the bindings file. Control C. I'm going to try. Could not locate the bindings file. I'll take near in there as well. Okay. Is this near or some other project? Node chip. So, some other project. Undo or reopen, close tab. All right. This is another different one, SQLite. Alright, we're going to have to force it to look for near. And still not enough. Is there something more specific to near we can force it to search for? Not really. Scroll up a bit. Node modules bindings.js. So the bindings file, I guess what they mean by the bindings file is bindings.js. So maybe I need to install that first. Install node bindings. Node bindings. Is it just node bindings? Right, just node npm install bindings. So let's try that. This is a really common thing I see with npm development. When you're working with Node in npm, you can install modules either locally or globally. So if you install them globally, the module's there all the time. You create a new project, module's already there. You don't need to load it again. So what happens is people who are doing dev, they load some stuff globally, and then they forget that they've loaded it globally, and so it's not included in whatever they write locally. So when they distribute what they've written locally, it doesn't actually install the module that's been loaded globally, and you get this kind of error. I've seen this before. So it should be a lesson to Node developers. All right. So, and I'll bet you, because the people who are running and testing this kind of application do lots of work in Node, they may well have bindings already installed because of whatever they've already done. But I installed it on a clean server that I just created in the cloud environment. I don't have any previous projects that I've worked on. I don't have bindings installed. Anyhow, let's go to that. Let's try npm install bindings. Npm install bindings. So it does do stuff, so it's not a fake thing. 30 vulnerabilities found. Yeah, I'm gonna do stuff on the blockchain with 30 vulnerabilities. Yeah. Okay. Now, let's try yarn dev. Let's see what happens. Nope. Still failed. Because why? Could not locate the bindings file. Okay, maybe inside bindings.js we're looking for a specific file. So let's go to that file and that line number and see if we can't find out what the problem is. Now, it's always a bit trickier working in the cloud because it's kind of hard to edit files. But all right, so node modules, bindings, bindings.js. Whoops. Control C. Okay. So we'll go into node modules. And these are all the modules. We'll go into bindings. I'm pretty sure it's here somewhere. Oh, maybe it's not. Oh, okay. There we go. Let's see what's in here. Bindings.js. Alright. So, can I do a VI in here? Probably not. VI is a VI, not BI. VI is an editor. Oh yeah, it's gonna let me. Very good. So we'll look for line number 126. You can see sort of down in the lower right. That's my line counter. So we'll go down to line 126. Oh, well, that's where the error is. That's pretty useless. Error equals new error. Okay, but what was it trying to do? It's trying to require something. Oh, it's just a generic require function. And there's an issue comment. So Control C. And let's see what they're talking about. Using Webpack to create deployment tools. All right. A simpler way to pull this off without resorting to eval is blah blah blah. And you bundle it up. This will be currently this will not work if the type of targets. See, I love the way people don't use English. The type of is a variable. That should be indicated in single quotes or something. If the type of targets non-Webpack require. I don't know if that's happening here or not. No idea. Well, there's the type of Webpack require equals function. So is that what we were looking at in fact? No. Non-Webpack require. So, okay. Come back. So it's looking for a function. Don't know which function. And E-code module not found. Qualified path resolution failed. And seeing it's not going to give me. See, here we have, I love this, right? Here we have an error, and it's going to throw the error message and tell me what it tried. Is it going to give me the error code? No. Not that that would help me. But it's looking for a module. Which module? I don't know. It's not bindings.js because I'm actually in that module. So it told me where it couldn't find the module. Let's come back here. Is there any clue? Okay, let's get out of here. Alright. Is there any clue at all? Oops. Okay, yarn dev. Any clue at all what it's looking for? So there's an error. It can't find a module. De-async? Is that a thing? Let's try installing de-async. npm install d-a-s-y-n de-async. De-async, yeah, that's how it's spelled. Well, it is a module. So I've been at this now for 45 minutes or so. Yarn dev nope, wasn't that. Okay, well, I don't know why it's failing. So there we go. Crazy. I don't know. Maybe this is a test to make sure that, you know, people have the right intuitions about Node before they install this. I tried a couple of reasonable hypotheses about what module could be missing. It didn't actually tell me what module was missing. It told me exactly where the error happened, which was nice, but not useful. Parser source. And it never actually did open in the index file here. I wonder what it's supposed to look like. Maybe it's supposed to use like a port number. If so, we never were told what port number. The README certainly didn't specify. Would have been nice to put the README some other place than just in here, because it's kind of hard to read the README in the same environment where I'm trying to work with the thing, but that's a quibble. I could always pull it out. Let's see what the index page looks like at least. Alright. Welcome to Near. Look at that. A Hello World app. Yeah, well, that didn't happen. Did it? Did it? No. Because the bindings failed. It probably never did serve. I bet you if the bindings don't fail, it says, okay, I've started up. You can access me at such and such a place. Like port something or another. It didn't tell us, or maybe it failed because it's trying to use port 80, and for some reason there's already an application running on port 80, which for some reason is created. Maybe I'm running the wrong. No, this is the only application here that's new. Open a browser, change environment topology. Let's open it in browser, draw anywhere. Why am I getting draw anywhere? Jam, why am I getting draw anywhere? View source. Can't even view the source. Can't even view the source. Come on. What on earth? Toolbars. Oh, that's weird. Why can't I view the source? Is this a common thing for Firefox now? I should be able to view source. Is it not weird? Where is it? Where's my view source? Control U. Alternatively, you can go to the Firefox menu, click on. Oh, come on, guys. Why would you do that? Okay. Control U. Yeah. But it's removed from view. Okay, count me as opposed to that. That's really annoying, Firefox. Anyhow, let's go back to here. Not here. Here. And I'll use Control U instead of view source the way I've used it my entire life. Okay. Well, I really like this little application. I remember discovering it before and thinking, this is great. I want to put one in Grasshopper. But well, okay, I don't know. I'm stumped. The instructions had 2 instructions and they failed. And the README didn't really help at all, did it? Install near CLI. Optional. Let's try that. See what happens. Control C. Okay. Control V. Global has been depreciated. This is not, I mean, again, Yarn Global add. That is not, why, I don't know why they would do that. But yeah, there's probably, okay, now let's try Yarn Dev. Nope. App crashed. Control C to kill her out. Alright. Go back to README. Okay, so install step 0 because they're so stupid. Okay. Ensure that it's installed with near -- version. I have no idea what that means. Or if you prefix npx near -- version. I have no idea what they want me to do here. When they say it's installed, do they mean near CLI? I mean, I don't even understand what they're saying here before that. Okay. It was installed to... Oh. Global near CLI. Let's just do a Control C. Yarn install. Oh, well, this all looks kind of relevant. Maybe. Yeah, it's got a build error as well. Okay, well, that's probably why it's crashing. Leaving directory. Make failed with exit code 2. Error. Here we go. Unrecognized command line option. And that's G++, so that's a compiler. I'm just looking up the error now. C++, unrecognized command line option. You need to upgrade. Your computer is too old. Your compiler is too old. You need to upgrade your G++ at least to version 4.9. All right. Oh. Upgrade G++. Okay. I assume I don't need the period on the end. They should not put a period on the end if it's not part of the command. You know, see how that's again, that's a blocker, right? If you just copy that. Password for node. Control C. Let's try it without the sudo. Nope. I don't know what the password is for this. Maybe sometimes it tells me, it'll send me some email. It did not. Oh yeah, here it is. New reclaim environment. Deploy your app. Following the guide. I didn't bother following the reclaim guide. But yeah, but still. See, what I really needed in that opening email was something along the lines of, your pseudo password is but it wasn't there. It wasn't there. Okay. Let's try something else then. Let's try password. Nope. Let's try admin. Let's try password 123. And it didn't like password 123 exclamation mark. Nope. So, okay. Let's go back to that email and see if they gave me any clue. CSSH. I don't know. So, is the problem that my reclaim environment is too old? Maybe. What was it? G++, right? Okay, here we go. GCC version 4.8.5 2015. That could do it. I mean, it is 2021, so it's 6 years old. That's generally too old to be used for new stuff. So that might be the problem. So if I could probably make this work if I had a more modern Node environment. Possibly even like my own desktop. So maybe my problem was doing it on the cloud. Maybe I shouldn't have done it on the cloud. I don't know. But that's my best guess now is that G++ failed. It failed because it's too old. I need to update it. But I can't update it because I don't know what the sudo password is. Authentication failure. Try one more thing. And then I'm giving up. I don't think this will work. Only root can specify a username. Only root can specify a username. Authentication token manipulation error. Alright, yeah, the problem just might be that this image is just too old. I say that, I'm saying that as a way of rationalizing the fact that I have no idea which way to go right now. Somebody who's more experienced in Linux administration could probably figure out how to upgrade G++. But I don't know how. So I can stop the recording here. I'll just check and see if anyone in the live stream is chatting. No. Got a couple of people who've been watching. Sorry I couldn't make this work. I thought it would be kind of neat. I think it is kind of neat. But you know, it failed. So that's all I can say. Another crash and burn on Stephen Follows Instructions. So until next time, bye for now. I'm Stephen Downes, a failure.